Hi everyone, it's Rita and welcome to Toddler Tuesday. I hope you are all well and healthy and happy. It's really lovely to be back again with another activity. I absolutely love the activity that I am going to share with you today, and the activity is stick people. That's right. We are going to be creating stick figures, characters, people, animals um, out of gorgeous found sticks and natural found objects. So I love this activity for a couple of reasons. The first one being that it takes me outside. So it makes me go outside for a little wander and collecting moment. So that's really great to start off an activity like that, outdoors, searching for material. I also love it because it is, there's not a lot of materials that we need to build these characters. So for me, I've always thought that the less material you have, the more you need to work on your ideas. So the more creative you can get. And also it's really challenging. So I really love it because of that. So the use of really few materials. And I love it. And this might be the most important reason why I love it. I love it because it's an activity that you can engage with without having one big idea in your head to start out with. So it kind of is like creating the idea as you build your object, your figure, your character. And it's okay if you do have an idea and you kind of want to build that idea that you have in your head. But if you don't, I find it that it's really exciting to start off with a stick, a leaf, some string, and some flour, and to create something with a story with these three elements is really, really special. Okay, so those are my reasons that I am bringing this activity to you today. So in the morning, I built a couple of stick figures characters, and I would like to show you some. So the first one I have already showed you, but I'll do a bit of a close-up. So I've used, that's right, materials. As I said, you don't need a lot of materials for this activity. The only materials that I used were sticks, found objects, natural found objects, so this can vary. I used leaves, and you'll also need some cotton wool and scissors and optional textures for some decoration. So this little figure, I started by choosing a stick, and then I attached some leaves, and when I looked at it, I kind of imagined a head being here and some wavy hair going down this way. And then I decorated my stick with the cotton wool. The cotton wool is also not just an element and a material that you can use for decorating. It's the material that you will be using to attach all your pieces together. So if you, for example, I've attached this sleeve to the stick with the cotton wool. So it has two purposes. One, attaching material, and the second, decorating. So here's one. Another figure that I have started is this one. So for this one I chose a long thin stick and a chunky piece of bark. So there's a big contrast between these two elements, and I've once again stuck them together using cotton wool. So that's all I'm using. I'm only using the found material and the wool. And then you can go off and you can imagine, I kind of imagine this as a face and a body. So I could go off and maybe use some textures and add some detail here. Maybe some eyes. Maybe decorate this stick that serves as a body. So lots of ways that you can add to it. Another one that I quite enjoyed making was this little figure. And when I started with this one, I knew that I wanted to add 2 legs, so I found 2 sticks. Then I found a piece of bark that seemed a good size for the body. And then I found this gorgeous green leaf that immediately made me think of a face. So I attached them all together, once again with cotton wool. And here's one of my figures. Now, in the morning, I had some special help. Indigo, my little girl, helped me out, and she created the most beautiful bird. And once again, we were just sitting on the floor, putting things together, and it's all a very natural process. So she built this one, she used some cotton wool, and she kind of attached the leaf to the piece of bark, and then very proudly presented it to me as a bird. So here's Indigo's bird. One more that I made. I made this figure here using bark as my main structure and some leaves. Now when I looked at this and when I put all these pieces together, it made me think of running legs, body, face, and possibly a pointy hat. So here are some examples of stick characters that you might that might be a little bit of an inspiration for you to go off and create your own characters. Now these are really great and they serve so many purposes. So first purpose is obviously the making and creating a character and building and using your imagination to bring a character to life by using just a couple of materials, and that's a challenge in itself, and it's so great. The second, you can add to your toy collection. So they're great to play with and to come alive with your play. They're also beautiful objects. So you might want to create one and put it somewhere in your bedroom, or give it to someone as a gift. Nice present. And another option that I thought of is I know that there are lots of villages popping up around town called spoon villages. So we could even maybe introduce some of these figures to those villages, and they're just a beautiful addition of another character using natural materials that are found outdoors. So these are my stick characters. I hope that you wander off and that you create your own, and we would love to see some. So when you're finished, ask someone around the house to take some pictures and to send them through. Okay, See you another day. Bye.